Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Monday, June the 5th, 2023. Today is National Moonshine Day, believe it or not. And there, just about every single day of the year is a national some kind of day. There's National Pancake Day, there's National Blue-Eyed People Day, whatever. There's all kinds of national days, but I just decided I'd pick this one because well, why not? There's too many fun tunes about moonshine. Now, as many of you who have been on here multiple times will realize, I often pick a theme for the show, and then I don't sing any songs about it. That's just, I let everybody else do it. But today is a different story. So today I'm actually going to do that. So once again, welcome to all of our Facebook community out there and anybody else who might be watching this at some point on YouTube, because there is now a Dan Mack Presents YouTube channel, which I have recently started and have been putting these things up, so you can go find that and you can look at anything from January to the present. I have all of the old ones that will eventually get posted as well, but they're not there yet. So with all that, it's time for me to play a song. For those of you who have been aware of my progress in recovery, I wasn't able to play the last couple times, so I'm only going to do one this time, but this will be a fun one. Now this is a song that I learned years and years ago. I learned it off of a Joan Baez album. She came out with an album in 1962 that this song was on, and I think I learned it in about 1967. And since then, I haven't played it for the past 30 or 40 years, but it came to mind when I saw that this was National Moonshine Day. So I thought, well, I got to play this tune. So just in case anybody else has thought about this one and you were going to play it tonight, you should go ahead and play it anyway, just because it's a good enough song. And besides, you probably will play it better than I will anyway. So this is one from Joan Baez from many years ago, also recorded by a bunch of other folks. We'll see how much of it I remember after all these years. Get you a copper kettle, get you a copper coil, cover with new-made corn mash. Nevermore you'll toil, you'll just lay there by the juniper while the moon is bright. Watch them jugs a-fillin' in the pale moonlight. Build you a fire of hickory, ash and oak. Don't use no green or rotten wood, they'll get you by the smoke. As you lay there by the juniper in the pale moonlight, watch them jugs a-fillin' in the pale moonlight. My daddy, he made whiskey, my granddaddy did too. We ain't paid no whiskey tax since 1792. We just lay there by the juniper while the moon is bright. Watch them jugs a-fillin' in the pale moonlight. Just lay there by the juniper while the moon is bright. Watch them jugs a-fillin' in the pale moonlight. copper kettle, get you a copper coil, cover with new-made corn mash, and nevermore you'll toil. You'll just lay there by the juniper while the moon is bright. Watch them jugs filling in the pale moonlight, in the pale moonlight. Thank you. Thank you. And that's a fun tune. And I remembered all the words. That's what comes of learning songs many years ago. They stick with you for a while.
Dan, I learned that song when I was a senior in high school in 1962.
In
One of the first
62?
songs I learned.
Yeah, right. Well, it was when the album came out, was 62, right? So that's cool. Yeah, that's a good tune. That's fun. And a lot of other people have recorded it since. Now, I do have to ask. Well, I can't ask Gord because he's not on tonight. But Gay, you may know this. I was looking for national days for Canada, and you go on a national day, and there's national days comes up, national day calendar for the U.S., but it only comes up for the U.S. And I was looking for national days for Canada, but all it showed was the national holidays and stuff. So does Canada also do whimsical national days like National Maple Syrup Day or something like that?
I'm not sure. I remember though when I was teaching virtually, we were trying to look into that. But I think, the internet is global, and that's what, there's a strong U.S. presence for funny
To say
days.
the least, right? Okay. Well, I guess we'll monopolize our national days then.
Well, the other day, I actually declared that day 2 days ago, I think, that was National Make Up a New National Day Day.
Yay! Yes, I go with that. That's great. Okay, so now, Neil, you are up next. So what do you got for us today?
I had told you I would sing There Was a Dream, so I'm going to try and sing it. My coach points out I make up my own notes, but they usually fit the song. And the other song was you asked me to sing, It Was a Very Good Year, so I will attempt to do that one. So can somebody give me an E flat, or I don't need it really, but just in case I start wrong, I can end up wrong.
So you said it was an E flat.
E flat, yeah.
You want a whole chord?
Oh, just a note. That's a note. Okay. Thank you very much. Here we go. There was a time when men were kind, when their voices were soft. There was a time when love was blind, and the world was a song, and the song was exciting. There was a time, then it all went wrong. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, when dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart, as they turn your dream to shame. She slept a summer by my side. She filled my days with endless wonder. She took my childhood in her stride, but she was gone when autumn came. And still I dream she'll come to me, that we will live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seemed. Now life has killed the dream I dreamed. So that's my version of I Dreamed a Dream. Now, if I could have an A, I will try and do It Was a Very Good Year, which is a very hard song to sing right. We'll see if I can do it.
What's your note?
A, middle, it's a simple middle A, yeah. Good, thank you very much. So I won't end up too high, too low. With good old Sinatra. When I was 17, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights. We'd hide from the lights on the village green when I was 17. When I was 21, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for city girls which lived up the stairs with all that perfumed hair, and it came undone when I was 21. When I was 35, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for blue-blooded girls of independent means. We'd ride in limousines. Their chauffeurs would drive when I was 35. But now the days are short. I'm in the autumn of my years. And now I think of my life as vintage wine from fine old kegs, from the brim to the dregs. It poured sweet and clear. It was a very good year. So I'm
Thank you, Neil. Yeah, I thought that might be a good one for you to do. That's did a good job of it. So now let's see. Next we have Mr. Ross. He's sitting next to some jugs that look like they're about the size of you.
Well, that
So,
there's a still, son.
oh, that's a whole still. I was,
Yeah,
all right.
you got your pot, your thumper, and your the one down there. That well, anyway, it's running, but we haven't. We're still drawing off the head, so the jug's still empty, son. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Neil, that was really good. Yeah, I love that song. It's haunting. And Homer Simpson did a little piece of one time. When I was 17, I had some very good beer. You can imagine how the rest of it went. So, what am I doing tonight? Two moonshine songs. I know three of them. I've done them all pretty recently. And, oh, that reminds me of something else. Mike Roki, when you were playing in the sound check and everything, I noticed your beard's hanging precariously close. It still clears everything, but it brings back this question I always had about Pa Ingalls. You know, Laura Ingalls Wilder's father had this big old long beard, and he played the fiddle, and I wondered if he ever got tangled up. It's a question for the ages. I don't think anyone will ever know. So my two songs tonight. Which one first? I think I'll do Rocky Top first. I wish that I was up on Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no telephone bill. Ain't no telephones. I once had a girl on Rocky Top, half bear, the other half cat. Wild as a mink, but sweet as soda pop. I still dream about that. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Corn don't grow at all on Rocky Top, dirt's too rocky by far. That's why all them folks on Rocky Top get their corn from a jar. Strangers once climbed up old Rocky Top looking for a moonshine still. Strangers didn't come down from Rocky Top, reckon they never will. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Well, I have had my fill of city life, living like a hound in a pen. All I know is that it's a pity life can't be simple again. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Woo. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Here's another one I've always loved for a long time. I know I've done it here again and again. If you've heard it before, well, you're going to hear it again. And if I've done that gag before and you heard it before, you're going to hear it again. I just did, see? Anyway, this is put quite a bit on the map on the Andy Griffith Show. The Doug Diller Band as the Darlin Family did this song, among others. This is Dooley. Oops, I think I'll do it in C. Dooley was a good old man, he lived below the mill. No, I think I'll do it in G. Dooley was a good old man, he lived below the mill. Dooley had 2 daughters and a 40-gallon still. One gal watched the boiler, the other'd watch the spout, and mother corked the bottles when old Dooley fetched 'em out. Dooley, slipping up the holler, Dooley, trying to make $1. Dooley, give me a swaller and a payback someday. Revenuers came for him, a-slipping through the woods, but Dooley stayed behind them all and never lost his goods. Dooley was a trader, when into town he'd come, sugar by the bushel and molasses by the drum. Dooley, slipping up the holler, Dooley, trying to make $1. Dooley, give me a swaller and a payback someday. I remember very well the day old Dooley died. The The women all looked sorry, and the men stood round and cried. Now Dooley's on the mountain, he lies there all alone. They put a jug beside him and a barrel for a stone. Dooley, slipping up the holler, Dooley, trying to make a dollar. Dooley, give me a swaller and I'll pay you back someday, and I'll pay you back someday. Thank you kindly. I'll leave you $2 on a rock and I'll fill your jug when she's done.
Thanks, Mike. Big fun. So, what do you have in that still behind you? I mean, is it corn liquor? Is it?
Well, that'd be corn squeezins. Yep.
All right. Okay.
Yep. Granny's done running this batch. Yeah.
Right.
You know, my older sister used to live way up in the hills near Hot Springs, North Carolina. And in about 10 years, she'd go out hiking all the time. She said she'd counted up to 6 old remnants of stills just on her land.
Wow.
I rented a house on Turkey Branch Parkway. If you know where that is, it's off of Beers Mill Road, right down in the, just a little north of Kensington. And I'll tell you, there was a place this lady showed us down in the creek, the Turkey Branch itself. There was this cinder block ruins that she said that when she was a little girl and she grew up in that neighborhood, there was an old man that ran shine down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the early 60s. And I was amazed by that, but the place sure looked like it had been built for that. There was a little exhaust pipe and everything in there. And yeah. Yoo-hoo.
Wow. Well, now all we need is another moonshine day, and so I don't know how many of you are going to be doing moonshine tunes tonight, but the more the merrier. So Matt says no. By the way, Matt, when you were speaking, your reverb was on pretty heavy. So I don't know if that was on purpose or not.
Sounded cool.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, where'd I get reverb?
I don't know, but there it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got my DAW on. I forgot. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Okay, reverb's done. Yeah.
All right. Well, now it is time for us to turn the stage over to Sarah Pinto. What you got for us tonight, Sarah?
Well, I do not have a moonshine song tonight. I actually do have an original song called Moonshine, but I played it pretty recently, and it's a love song. It's not about making moonshine. So I'm gonna do a cover and an original this evening, and I'm gonna do the cover first. I wasn't here for the last open mic, so I don't know if anyone did this, but I wanted to do a Gordon Lightfoot tribute with a song I love. So. You could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. No, the ghost is me. I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstores sell. When you reach the part where the heartache comes, the hero would be me. But heroes often fail. You won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Enter number 2. Movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. Never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie, but it goes from a wishing well in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. But stories always end. If you could read between the lines, you know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that we lack. Never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. The next one is an original of mine. It's one of the first songs that I wrote. So I know some of you have definitely heard this, but I haven't played it in a while. And I had started rehearsing a version of this to record with Jeff Karn on mandolin and Donata Gardner on upright bass. They were two regulars when the Stonehouse open mic was in person, and recently Donata reached out to me and she said, hey, I'm still available for that. and I still do very much want to record this song with them. Anyway, this is Evergreen. Lay me down, it's a cold, dark night. I don't have to ask you to stay, my eyes give away my fright. I don't mean to weep like this, it seems so impolite. But you say that all you wanna do is hold me in the moonlight. Hold me now till it's all washed clean. You're soft and sweet where the world is hard and mean. When you look at me, I feel like I'm truly seen. you still let me have my space. I used to run away from the light, it might reveal my face. But when you wrapped me in your love, I finally gave up the chase. Hold me now till it's all washed clean. You're soft and sweet where the world is hard and mean. When you look at me, I feel like I'm truly seen. When I'm feeling blue, you're my evergreen. You're my evergreen.
There you go. Good.
Thank you, Sarah. That was lovely. And just so you know, we've got some other folks out there watching tonight. Carmen Koch is on, somebody that used to come to Stonehouse, and guess who? David Morris is watching. Dave and Jody have moved to the hinterlands in Pennsylvania, and I think that they have only recently gotten internet that is reliable enough to do some streaming with. So we're glad to have those folks out there. Dave, I'm glad that your surgeries went well and stuff, and hopefully you'll be able to play again soon, and you will be joining us. We would love to have you, as well as all the rest of those folks that we miss so dearly from the live days at Stonehouse and beyond. Okay, so now it is time for us to turn the microphone over to Larry Johansson, who is going to be playing for us on his 12-string once again.
Right. Well, this first song goes back to my early days of playing guitar. There was an album that Theodore Bickel produced on folk songs. Now, normally you think of Theodore Bickel and you think of Broadway, but this is an album of folk songs, and there was one particular one that sort of struck my fancy back then, and when we had this theme of moonshine and alcohol tonight, I figured, hey, let's give it a try. I did a little follow-up work on the internet, and I found over 100 verses for this song. Well, maybe over 50 anyway. And I'm thinking, okay, no way am I going to last through 50 verses. So I pared it way, 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 way down, and I'm still working on some of the words, so if you see my vision sort of shifting to the side here, is to make sure I get the words right, and we'll go from there. And you probably all know it, you've probably all done it. It's called Away with Rum, sometimes known as the Salvation Army song, sometimes referred to as the Temperance Union song. I'm not sure which one predated the other as far as the actual language, but I use the Salvation Army because it's current. So here we go. We're coming, our brave little band. On the right side of temperance we do take our stand. We don't use tobacco because we do think that the people who use it are likely to drink. Away, away with rum by gum, with rum by gum, with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. A song of the Salvation Army. We never eat fruitcake because it has rum, and one little bite turns a man to a bum. Can you imagine a sadder disgrace than a man in the gutter with crumbs on his face? Oh, we never touch honey, it turns into mead, and stealing from insects is worse than of greed. Can you imagine a man with DTs pursued by a swarm of mad honeybees. Away, away with rum by gum, with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. Song of the Salvation Army. We don't allow back rubs, we think they're a crime. We always condemn them in song and in rhyme. And alcohol back rub is worse than straight gin when you think of the liquor absorbed through your skin. When you meet a folk singer, you haven't much choice but to sit there and listen. They prove they've no voice. And the shockingest thing to imagine by far is a girl with a G-string upon her guitar. Away, away with rum by gum, with rum by gum, with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum, the song of the Salvation Army. Thanks. Fun song. Not about moonshine, but it kind of goes back to the Prohibition era and that whole thing. So anyway.
You got to have the choir in between each verses going boom chicka chicka boom chicka. Chicka.
I've never heard that one before. No. Really?
Yeah.
They actually do a boom chicka thing between the... Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Well, the next one I'm going to do is very different. Oh, by the way, this is a 12-string. You may have noticed I had a capo on the 4th fret. If things were a little bit out of tune, it kind of goes with the song. But hopefully it's back in tune now that I took the capo off. And I'm doing something a little different. This one's for Dan. He keeps liking me to do things that are classical in nature and what have you. This is from a gentleman who lived back between 1583 and 1644 by the name of Girolamo Frescobaldi. Okay. And this is basically Aria con variazioni detta la Frescobalda. It was arranged by another very well-known classical guitarist, Andre Segovia. And you're going to hear me doing it on a 12-string. So we'll see how it goes. I like the 12-string sound with classical guitar music because it gets a little bit more of a harpsichord feeling to it. Anyway, here we go. La Frescobalda. Thank you.
Excellent as usual. Thanks a lot, Larry.
Oh yeah.
You know, you were talking about the harpsichord sound. Uh, I assume that you probably play some Scarlatti now and then, right? 'Cause-
Oh, I wish.
no, no. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to break out. I've been learning one.
Oh, really?
Well, I learned it a few years ago, and then I abandoned it for a while. So I'm gonna have to redo it.
Oh, wow.
But it's a K322. So I'm gonna have to put that back together again and play it for you.
Oh,
But
yeah.
speaking of harpsichord, I mean, he wrote for harpsichord, so I was thinking, well, if you want to do some harpsichord stuff, Scarlatti would be your guy. So
True, true. Though I like the harpsichord sound very much, and I like what it does with other types of, things that you normally don't do on a 12 string. So,
right, right.
right. Thank you.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much. All right, so now it is time for us to take a completely left turn and go from Frescobaldi by Segovia to Banjo by Bruce.
Okie dokie.
Take it away, brother.
Okay, well, people ought to remember that today is also National Bikini Day. But I haven't got any songs about bikinis. The only one I remember is Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. But this is also Pride Month, and I thought I'd do this song by Sam Gleaves, who was a banjo player that wrote this song about a friend of his, I guess. I was born here just the same as you, another time, another day. I'm sure the good Lord took his time, making each of us just this way. I walked beside you step by step, and it never crossed my mind that I would grow up one of the different kind. But that didn't stop me from chopping the wood, scraping my knees like all boys should, going down to the creek in the noonday sun, wringing out my shirt when the work got done. But first things first, I'm a blue-collar man, with scars on my knuckles, dust on my hands. You probably wouldn't have ever known I've got a man waiting on me at home. To tell you the truth, I don't want to fight. I just want to say one thing outright to you. Ain't we flesh and blood all through? And ain't we brothers too? I took a job and worked right by you, walked down in that hole beside you. Thought I heard some whispered sound, got found out, got around, got made out for something I've not, got called everything but a child of God. They didn't mind to show it out in the parking lot. So I cut my coal with my head hung down, just like a stranger in my own town. I got bitter day by day, at home every night with the mess they made. But first things first, I'm a blue-collar man, with scars on my knuckles, dust on my hands. You probably wouldn't have ever known that I've got a man waiting on me at home. To tell you the truth, I don't want to fight. I just want to say one thing outright to you. Ain't we flesh and blood all through? And ain't we brothers too? Tell me I'm not man enough to set foot in that mine. Go on and tell me that once more to my face. tell you the truth, I don't want to fight. I just want to say one thing, y'all, right to you. Ain't we flesh and blood all through? And ain't we brothers too? Thank you. I was going to do Luke Bryan's "Most People Are Good," but there's a song I did a while ago that kind of sort of fits in the theme tonight. Another Luke Bryan song, and talks about a very important ingredient to whiskey, if you will. It's called rain. Is a good thing. My daddy spent his life looking up at the sky. He'd cuss, kick the dust, saying, "Son, it's way too dry." With clouds up in the city, the weatherman complains. Where I come from, rain is a good thing. 'Cause rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey. Whiskey makes my baby, I feel a little frisky. Back rows are bogging up, my buddies pile up in my truck. We cut our honeys down, we take them into town. Start washing all our worries down the drain. The rain is a good thing. Ain't nothing like the kids out back in the barn, raiding out our soaking clothes, riding out a thunderstorm. The tin roof gets to talking, that's the best of love we made. That's where I come from. Rain is a good thing. 'Cause rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey. Whiskey makes my baby, I feel a little frisky. The back rows are bogging up, my bodies piled up in my truck. Pile our honeys down, we take them into town. Start washing all our worries down the drain. 'Cause rain is a good thing. Well, Farmer Johnson does a little dance, creaks on the rise, roll up your pants. Country girls, they wanna cuddle, it's out playing in a big mud puddle. As rain makes corn, that corn makes whiskey. Whiskey makes my baby. The back rows are bogging up, my buddies pile up in my truck. We run our honeys down, we take them into town. Start washing all our worries down the drain. 'Cause rain is a good thing. Yes, rain is a good thing. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. And over here on my iPad, I see a comment from Dave Morris who says, directly to you, "Hey, Bruce, Sam Gleaves is a friend. Great choice for Pride Month. He'll be honored that you played this." So there you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. All right, so now we are going to take a brief trip up north and get Gay Zimmerman Hike to play something for us from Canada.
Yes, land of the black flies. I've just come from the country, and I've been fodder for insects. Let me take my glasses off so they don't clink. So I didn't know what the theme was, so I will sing some songs that have whiskey in them. I wrote the first one and I didn't write the second one. All right. I said I'd call you. I got to thinking you said not to bother if I've been drinking. So I hung up the telephone to wait till I'm sober. That never happened. My chances are over. I drink to stop hurting, but I hurt all the time. till I make my acquaintance with the fruit of the vine. So pleased to meet you, the pleasure's all mine. Drinking wine like water, drinking whiskey like wine, drinking wine like water, drinking whiskey like wine. Sometimes I do forget, and for a while I'm fine, and everyone's my friend, and it's party, party all the time. Then memories of you flash on my inward eye, and in the light of dawn, all I can do is cry, 'cause I drink to stop hurting, but I hurt all the time, till I make my acquaintance with the fruit of the vine. So pleased to meet you, the pleasure's all mine, drinking wine like water, drinking whiskey like wine, drinking wine like water, drinking whiskey like wine. I'm lonely without you, can't stop thinking about you. When you're gone, oh, I doubt you will ever return. We should be together, I swear I'll do better. You said no in a letter, will I ever learn? 'Cause I drink to stop hurting, but I hurt all the time, till I make my acquaintance with the fruit of the vine. So pleased to meet you, the pleasure's all mine, drinking wine like water, drinking whiskey like wine, drinking wine like water, drinking whiskey like wine, drinking wine like water, drinking whiskey like it's wine. My mother-in-law said, "Are you really drinking that much?" But I said, "It's a song, it's poetic license." Well, last night as I slept, I dreamt I met with Ian. I shook him by the hand, and we passed the time of day. When questioned on his views on the crux of life's philosophies, he had but these few clear and simple words to say: I am going, I am going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going, I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. I have cursed, bled, and sworn, jumped bail and landed up in jail. Life has tried to stretch me, but the rope always went slack. And now that I've a pile, I'll go down to the tavern. I'll go in on my feet, but I'll come out on my back. I am going, I am going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going, I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. Now the words that we spoke seem the wisest of philosophies. There's nothing ever gained by a wet thing called a tear. And when the world is too dark and I need that light inside of me, I'll go into a bar and drink 15 pints of beer. I am going, I am going, any which way the wind may be flowing. I am going, I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing, where streams of whiskey are flowing.
Thank you, Gay. That was fun.
You should have seen the budgie dancing along.
He loves good music.
Oh, that's great. Well, I need to say hello to another couple of people here. Stephen Ekstrom is watching, so hi. And I know you're only here for one person, but that's okay. She already played, and perhaps he'll stick around. And Jody Morris is also watching us tonight. So I'm glad to have some familiar faces out there, familiar ears out there, I guess. So, so that's good to know that you guys are out there. Hopefully, your internet connection is good enough that you'll be able to join us and do some tunes one of these days. So now it is time for us to get a word from our sponsor here, and our sponsor being me, actually, because this venue here in my basement doesn't really pay very much, so I have to beg for alms from you guys out there, you listeners, and whoever else is of a mind. So in order to do that, I have to share my screen to show you how you may, if you choose, contribute to the cause. And this is how you would do it. You can find my email address, dan@danmackmusic.com, and on PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. And contributions in any amount are welcome, as it says. And it helps me to pay for the professional version of Zoom that I have to have in order to run this show, and for the extra bandwidth for Verizon and all that other stuff that needs to go on here in order to make this thing happen. So if you choose to, we will welcome any contributions in it, but please know that contributions are not required to participate or to listen. So we welcome all comers. So I will stop the share, go back to the show, and turn the microphone over to Mr. Mike Roque.
Well, thanks. Gay, when you mentioned the black flies, first thing I thought of was there's a Scottish song called Scotland's Curse, which is about the black flies. You know, bites on my fingers and bites on my thumb, bites on my belly and bites on my bum, and somewhere else.
So you know the national bird of Minnesota is the mosquito, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when we see the two mosquitoes arguing out in the field over the horse, wondering whether they should eat it right there or pick it up and take it home first. All right, this is a song by the great Irish bard Turlough O'Carolan, and the verse. This was apparently the first song that he ever wrote. One of the few songs with actually some lyrics and such like that. But he, of course, wrote in Gaelic. So if you don't understand what I'm singing, don't worry, neither do I. But I'm going to offer two translations for you. One was a relatively recent songwriter project in Nashville, and the other one is a 19th century historian, John Dalton. So. A whiskey creeth an anaman, Logan to her larmy, Bin gan cael gan achane, Santochen do fiarlon, Bion ma cot a strache, Agus column lot ma cravat, Is by den Janus machalot, An chiang va yom a marek. Oh, whiskey, you champion the heart of my soul. When you're in the glass, my spirit is whole. You give me courage, whatever the cold. You're the best inspiration to me. What do I care if you loosen my tie? And I take no notice how time does fly. My life is better by you, that is why I hope to see you tomorrow. Why, liquor of life, do I love you so? When in all our encounters you lay me low. More stupid and senseless I every day grow. What a hint if I'd mend by the warning. Tattered and torn, you've left my coat. I've not a scarf to save my throat. Yet I pardon you all, my sparkling dote, if you'll cheer me again in the morning. Thanks. So now this is a Lester Flat and Scruggs song. I guess I think Lester wrote it. I learned it from a solo album that he had. I remember it was back in the 30s, I think. We had nothing to eat, but there was plenty to drink. Mom got the groceries on commodities, Will, but Pop would trade them off and get sugar for the still so he could drink that mash and talk that trash. Now things were pretty bad, but they could have been worse. Instead of eating gravy, it could have been dirt. Pop would go and lean on a shovel all day, get some more sugar money from the WPA, but he'd spend it on mash so he could talk that trash. Now down in the valley lived old Maggie Hill. She was just about a mile from Pop's moonshine still. When Mom and I would find ourselves alone, we knew that Pop had found old Maggie at home, and they were drinking that mash and talking that trash. Now Mom knew what was going on, I know, but she wasn't about to let it show. I knew she wasn't going after Pop today, 'cause tomorrow he gets some money from the WPA, but he'll spend it on mash so he can talk that trash. Now Friday night, Mom took the shotgun down, heard a noise from the valley and looked all around. Wouldn't be long before that noise would stop, 'cause that sawed-off made crap out of Pop, 'cause he was drinking that mash and talking that trash. Well, they said Pop didn't have the chance of a mouse, 'cause that sawed-off tore away half of the house. The judge told Mom it's funny to me that they bring you into court with such a plea, 'cause he was drinking that mash and talking that trash. Now if I know Pop and where he's at, he's still toting sugar and getting fat. He just looks over and says, let her burn, while me and old Satan bend another worm so we can drink that mash and talk that trash. So we can drink that mash and talk that trash.
Thank you, Mike. Well, we've done our share of talking trash on this show over the months and years, I guess. Well, thanks for that one. I don't remember. I know I've heard that one before, but it's been a long time. You have this knack of finding tunes that either are obscure and nobody's heard before, like the Turlock Carolyn one, or things like this that have been out there for a while, but people have forgotten about it. That's, if I had a talent like that, I'd waste it on this show too. So. Yeah, thanks again.
Okay. This is the place for it.
Mr. Rob Fickey, it's time to get you to unmute and play us a couple of tunes.
Okay, so you can hear me okay?
Yes.
Well, Sarah reminded me that we lost Gordon Lightfoot recently, certainly since I've been on here, so I figured I'd do one of my favorites. This is actually a Kingston Trio version, I think. In the early morning rain, with a dollar in my hand, with an aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand. I'm a long way from home, and I miss my loved ones so. In the early morning rain, I'm no place to go. Out on runway number 9, big 707's had to go. Lunchtime upon the grass, where the cold wind blows. Oh, the liquor tasted good, and the women all were fast. There she goes, my friend, there she's rolling out at last. Hear the mighty engines roar, see the silver wing on high. She's away and westward bound, far above the clouds she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall, and the sun always shines. She'll be flying on my home in about 3 hours' time. This old airport's got me down, is no earthly good to me. I'm stuck here on the ground, cold and drunk as I can be. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain. You can't jump a jet plane like a can of freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain. I love Gordon Lightfoot's music. So a while ago, somebody did this song, and it really caught my fancy. So I figured I'd learn it and play it. With apologies to whoever it was who first did it. If today was not an endless highway, if tonight was not a crooked trail, if tomorrow wasn't such a long time, then lonesome would mean nothing to me at all. And only if my own true love was waiting, and if I could hear her heart softly pounding, only if she's lying by me, I'd lie in my bed once again. I can't see my reflection in the water, I can't speak the sounds that show no pain, I can't hear the echo of my footsteps, or remember the sound of my own name. And only if my own true love was waiting, and if I could hear her heart softly pounding, only if she's lying by me, I'd lie in my bed once again. nothing, no one can match the beauty that I see in my true love's eyes. And only if my own true love was awaiting, and if I could hear her heart softly pounding, only if she's lying by me, then I'd lie in my bed once again. Then I'd lie in my bed once again.
Thank you, Rob. Two of my favorite songs of all time. You managed to do them two in a row there. That's great.
Hey, okay. Well, you have to do a Dylan song. I mean,
Well, yeah. Thank you. Excuse me for a second. While I sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, well, that had nothing to do with your tunes, by the way. So it was, my favorite version of Leaving on a Jet. I mean, not of Early Morning Rain is probably the Peter, Paul, and Mary version. Now, something weird is happening to the machine here. It keeps doing weird things. So it flipped over to gallery view a couple of times while you were playing that last tune. Hopefully it will cooperate for the next couple of people here. Anyway,
Last time that happened to me, I had spilled water on the keyboard.
Well, I have done nothing to the keyboard except look at it. I'm not even using it to type in.
Sneezed on it.
I'm breathing on it, right. Sneezing on it. Okay, well, it's time for us to turn the stage over to Mr. Rob Gould, who we will replace Spotlight and take it away. Mr. Gould.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Yeah, Rob, I think you might have heard me sing Tomorrow is a Long Time.
oh, okay. I knew somebody did it, and I unapologetically stole it.
I know what went through your mind was, very clearly, like, hey, I could do better than that.
Pardon? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I can do better than that, right? So I get it. I get it. And you did. It's lovely.
I've never written a song, Rob.
Okay, well, so a couple of things. One is that news is that there's going to be a really nice gig event at Do No Harm Farm in, I guess, northern Gaithersburg this coming Saturday. So if you're in local and you're available, there's a nice lineup. Greg Dillon, John Troop, Michelle Murray, and others. Ken Glasser is going to back me up on dobro and vocals. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And so check it out on Facebook, Do No Harm Farm. And the second Saturday series, June 10th, 2 to 6. It says on the poster here, local musicians with talent. So I guess I couldn't find the other kind of musicians, so they just got stuck with us. Okay, for music tonight, I was thinking of, I was preparing for this next event and started singing my songs over and over again. So I'm really tired of them right at the moment. And so I was going to do some covers. And summer, I don't know why, a lot of times during the summer, I really get a strong yen to hear Carole King songs. And I realized that, some of them are just those songs that are like summer. The summer love affairs are, known for their intensity and their lack of sustainability. And she captures that in the first song I'll play. And then there's the more straightforward aspect of summer, which is it's hot and people need to escape the heat. So that'll be the second song I play. So here's my Carole King song, and Rob, listen carefully because next week you might want to sing these better, and we'll go from there. Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Tonight the light of love is in your eyes. But will you still love me tomorrow? Now is this a lasting treasure, or just a moment's pleasure? Can I believe the magic of your size? Will you still love me tomorrow? I got to get the chords on this a little bit. Tonight with words unspoken, you say that I'm the only one, but will my heart be broken when the night meets the morning sun? I'd like to know that your love is one I can be sure of. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still love me tomorrow? Thanks.
She's doing a tour now, isn't she? Joni Mitchell.
Oh, that's Carole King.
Carol. Oh, okay.
I hope so,
Yeah.
because as Randy Newman once said about performers and singer-songwriters of the 70s, is that if they're not dead, they're touring. That's a sign of a strong brand, I think. And Larry, I wanted to mention to you that I've been studying up a little bit about the Swannanoa Gathering, which I'm going to for Guitar Week at the end of July, and I'm
Oh,
really
wow.
excited about like finding out a little bit about the thing I've been making up as I go along for these many years.
Wow, I thought you were doing the singer-songwriter or contemporary songwriter piece.
Well, it's during Guitar Week, and
Yeah.
so I'm taking a class in guitar, a class in melody and songwriting, and a class in singing.
Oh, wow.
Trying to hit all my weaknesses as, as the best I can.
Well, maybe next year I'll get into this songwriter, melody writing, what have you side of it myself. So we'll see.
Well,
Rob, no class in personality. You could try that one too.
I-
hey, thanks, buddy. Pile on here.
yeah.
Yeah, so no, I'm very excited. I just want to let you know. Are you going to be there this July, last week of July yourself?
Yes, I am. I'm doing. I'm pretty much sticking with Clive Carroll for 3 of his sessions. So
Okay. So
yeah,
you're focusing on your guitar.
right. This time around, and I love Clive. I've heard him play and I've heard him teach before. So
Well, wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you in the hallways of Warren Wilson College or on the campus.
yeah. Well, I gather there's a lot of jams, and I was told people get very little sleep there.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well, I have two kittens now, so I'm not getting a whole lot of sleep
Oh,
myself.
gee. Okay.
Okay, I have another song. I'm sorry. Did I use up all my time, Dan? Should I just skip it and go?
No, you got plenty of time. Just one more thing about this Want to Know gathering. I've been there several times myself. I'm not going this year, but yeah, there's a lot going on. You know, and you can sign up for 4 classes, but if you do, that's probably too much because there's a lot to do there, and there's always something going on at night, whether it's a performance of the faculty or something going, and then there's the jams, but you'll walk from one place to another, and the faculty is down there playing with you. And you just get it is an amazing time, and like somebody said, yeah, and then you got to get 3 hours of sleep too, and then that doesn't leave you much time for anything else. So yeah, it's
That's fantastic.
it's amazing. You'll enjoy it too.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for telling me that. I'm really looking forward to it. And okay, so and I'll give you all a full report when I get back in August. Okay. When this old world starts getting me down, and people are much too much for me to face, I climb way up to the top of the stairs, and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof, it's peaceful as can be, and there the world below can't bother me. Now when I come home feeling tired and weak, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. I get away from the hustling crowds and all that rat race noise down in the street. Oh, where's this right? What's that lyric? Oh, the roof,
The only
the only place I know. where you just have to wish to make it so. I keep telling you that right smack dab in the middle of town, I found a paradise that's trouble-proof. And if this world starts getting you down, there's room enough for two up on the roof, up on the roof, up on the roof.
I love the difference.
Thank you, Rob. Great stuff.
Thank you, Carol.
Carol, you can't beat Carol. She's the bomb. Now, I did notice here, I just looked over here at my other device, and it says Rebecca is watching. So we got Rebecca and Jody both on. We need the nod, and then we'd have all three of them. But I'm glad to have as many of the old friends as we can possibly muster. And now it is time for us to turn the microphone over to Mr. Bill Anderson. And what you got for us tonight, Bill?
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. You know, all you guys, you drunkards who are singing drunk songs tonight, I can't do that. See, I was kind of a goody, and I never did any of that kind of thing. I wrote a song about it once after my daughter gave me Chris Stapleton's Travelers album before he was famous. That's a great album, but half the songs are things like Whiskey and Me, Trying to Get Stoned, and of course Tennessee Whiskey and stuff like that. So I got kind of bummed out because I can't write those songs. And people like Johnny Cash and Amy Winehouse and Willie Nelson and others made a career out of it. So this is my lament. It's called Never Been Drunk, Never Been Stoned. My mama told me, child, don't you make your daddy mad. My daddy told me, son, don't you make your mama sad. You can't be doing wrong things, the family won't approve. And somehow I believed him. I never found my 60s groove. Well, I never been drunk, and I never been stoned. I never slept in jail for doing something wrong. Never woke with someone when I should have been alone. No, I never been drunk, and I never been stoned. Now this is a true story. My wife, when we were dating, said, "Hon, let's play a game. You tell me your 3 worst sins and I'll do the same." So I told her my worst crime, and she looked at me and said, "That doesn't even make my list for this week, and I'm not playing anymore." And to this day, she still won't say what her 3 sins were. So no, I never been drunk, and I never been stoned. Never slept in jail for doing something wrong. I won't drink your whiskey, I won't smoke your bong. No, I never been drunk, and I never been stoned. No honky-tonkin' women ever tried to take me upstairs. Never been DIV or RCD'd, I never cried in my beer. Never done a single thing to put in a country song. But that leaves me with this question: where did I go wrong? 'cause I never been drunk and I never been stoned. Never slept in jail for doing something wrong. Dear Lord, forgive me, but I don't know what for. 'Cause I never been drunk and I never been stoned. Never been drunk, no, I never been stoned. No, I never been drunk. I did get a little tipsy at a cocktail hour once, does that count? And I never been stoned. So take that, Chris Stapleton. All right, from the ridiculous to something, I guess. Let's see here. I have kind of gotten interested in doing a couple of Don McLean songs lately. He's not a big favorite of mine, but some of his tunes are pretty nice. And I thought about just to see if Dan would have a heart attack doing American Pie, and then, and then following that with Alice's Restaurant. And if that didn't do the trick, I'd do Inagata Davida and see if that got him going. But instead of that, I'm going to do this lovely little tune, so I hope you enjoy it. Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills, sketch the trees and daffodils, catch the breeze of winter chills in colors on the snowy linen land. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night, flaming flowers that brightly blaze, swirling clouds and violet haze, reflecting Vincent's eyes of china blue, colors changing hue. Morning fields of amber green, weathered faces lined in pain, horse food beneath the artist's loving hand. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffer for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. For they could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left inside on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night, portraits hung in empty halls, frameless heads on nameless walls, with eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like the stranger that you met. Ragged men in ragged clothes, the silver thorn and bloody rose, fires broken on the virgin snow. Now I think I know what you tried to say to me, how you suffer for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will.
Absolutely lovely. Thank you so much, Bill. We can always count on you to bring a tear to our eye there. That was beautiful stuff. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah, one way or the other, I'll bring a tear to your eye for sure.
No, it was always a pleasure to hear you play. And now we are about to the end of our road here. We're going to turn it over to Mr. Matt Holson to bring us home. What you got for us tonight, Matt?
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna do some piano stuff. I finally got the piano rig working nicely, so I'm gonna use it.
Excellent. Glad to hear.
Here's a Michael McDonald tune. I won a bet yesterday about whether I could sing this in Michael McDonald's key. And I do. An octave down. It was so right. It was so wrong. Almost at the same time. The pain and ache a heart can take, no one really knows. When the memories cling and keep you there till you no longer care. You can let go now. It's wrong for me to cling to you. Somehow I just needed time for what had to be. It's not like me to hold somebody down. But I was tossed high by love, almost never came down. Only to land here where love's no longer found. Where I'm no longer bound. I can let go now. And who did the woman who did a wonderful cover of that? Who was that?
I don't know.
It's the same one who did a great cover of Neil Young's "Lot of Love."
Oh, Nicolette Larson?
Yeah, Nicolette Larson did a cover of that tune.
Oh, okay. I never heard it.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, I have to check it out. That was an absolutely gorgeous version that you just played too.
Yeah, minus Larson's voice, you know. Let's see. I guess since I'm on the piano, I'll do one of mine. This is kind of a weird song. This was on my CD, and I actually named the CD after it. It's called The Horizon, and it's a bit of a riddle. I'll give you sort of basically it's about a perspective drawing. Okay, just think perspective drawing. Yeah. And I gotta. I don't have it. Your eyes, they see things that I don't see, hiding in plain view, perfectly clear to you, hidden from me. Whoops. Your hand, it moves on the clean white page, tracing a gray dream, making my eyes believe everything's changed. More real than the real world. Distance without time, where the light stays the same, and you and I on our parallel lines. Whoops, sorry, wrong chord. We'll meet when we reach the horizon. Your eyes are quiet and still and far. How do I get near? How do I get from here to where they are? To your eyes. I haven't sung that in a while. I think I need to take it down a key. I think I'm getting older. Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. Lovely stuff. And by the way, if you guys were not aware, Matt's CD, The Horizon, is available for listening and for purchase. And
Yeah, I can also get it on. I think it's on everything.
yeah, it's on. Because
on
even
YouTube,
even though I have the CD, when I'm out on my walk, I listen to it on Spotify. So
Spotify. That's what I was trying to think. I knew it was one of those.
yeah. So thanks. It's always good to hear you play. And then nice to have the piano tonight too. That's sweet.
Yeah, and I'm finally getting. It's hard because I have to sort of guess at what the balance is.
Yeah.
Because my voice is going through one set of monitors and the piano's going through a whole different rig. So
It turned out great though. And before we go though, I got to say hello to Dempsey and to Liz Springer and Lou Sessa and because they're out there now watching too. So I don't know if they got on any earlier, but at least they got to hear Matt play. So that's good. And we'll remind
Hey,
you
Dempsey.
folks, we do start at 7 o'clock. So if you guys want to hear more of the show, you can get on any time before now. And we will see you again in 2 weeks, which will be June the 19th? Yes, I guess
The
it's
Monday.
the 19th. It's whatever the Monday is, 2 weeks from now. So we will be back then, and with more tunes and more good stuff and more stories from people. So keep all the good stuff coming, everybody. Thanks again for a great night tonight, and you guys were a lot of fun to listen to tonight. Hope we hear some more in 2 weeks from everybody.
Thank you all.
Good night, all.
Stay
Thanks,
safe out
Dan.
there.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dan.
Dan. Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
Dan. Good music.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.